drugs and violence around you. Growing up, you want to separate yourself, but everything around you is negative. You know, you don't have that father figure to pull you into the right direction. You know, your mom, she's working, so you out playing with your friends. That's all negative. You know, I mean, that's getting into a lot of things. So you gotta make a decision on your own. You know, sometimes you make the wrong decision, and sometimes you got good people in your life that see the talent in you, that pull you and wrap their hands around you. Hey man, got so much to give to doing the things that you're doing. You know, granted that I always looked at myself as a leader. Never drunk, I never smoked, I never, you know, I mean, had to do things that my friends was doing because I always felt like I was a leader. I was a leader. So when we out shoot dice, kicking it, I was like, all right, y'all, I'm gonna make it work out. Never, not one time, had a meeting with a friend, they're like, oh, man, they're like, all right, sometimes they're like, man, it's about that time, man, you gotta go. Because they seen that I had, you know, something special. And when I started playing football, basketball, and wrestling and stuff like that, I wasn't boxing. Then it was just like we all.
You should buy Admiral. You can get a lanyard. It's too small for a yoga student, too big for a yoga student, too much character. Every day, come home and watch. True years in the gym. True wins, true losses, true life. I just realized that if you say to yourself, and you look yourself in the eye, and look yourself in the mirror, and truly believe that another man alive to beat you, then that is the way it is.
You know, I heard a quote one time from Vincent Van Gogh that really ran truly said,
habits change who you are.
This is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is a habit missed once is a mistake, a habit missed twice is the start of a new habit. Never miss 2 days in a row.
Big things have small beginning things. It's what you do right now that makes a difference.
So if you were able to improve by 1% each day for an entire year, and those gains compound, you would end up 37 times better at the end of the year. James Clear has this unbelievable insight. It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it. If you don't want to live the lifestyle, then release yourself from the desire. To crave the result, but not the process, is to guarantee disappointment.
You can just say if you want a habit to be a big part of your life, make it a big part of your life. If you want to reduce the impact a habit has, make it a small part of your impact and reduce exposure.
What can I do to start increasing my progress and make my health better, make my income better, make my investments better, make my value to the marketplace much better, get busy learning the second skill and the third skill and the next language to increase my value. I gotta get busy and do that.
Every action you take is kind of like a film for the type of person you want to become. And if you can master habits, then you can start to cast votes for this new identity, this desired person that you want to be.
As soon as he said, you do not rise to the level of your ability to fall to the level of persistence, I think people stop thinking about goals. And he made a really great argument, which was everybody at the start line of a 100-meter race has the same goal. It's to win. So it's not the person who has the best goals, it's the person who has the best systems of preparation.
Look, if you had
One shot, one opportunity. It's easy to do.
I don't want
In 1 moment. Would you have it?
This. Your event will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right.
It's what I want to do. You have to do everything you do with your purpose. If you stay positive, you have a shot at survival.
There are some habits that you absolutely have to realize your full potential. And one of them is the habit of task completion. Being able to complete your task and finish what you start is an essential part of character building. You cannot imagine a fully mature, fully functioning person who's unable to finish what he or she begins. The development of this habit is the key to long-term success.
But the power of habits is that as you practice them, they start to change your identity. They become evidence that you're the kind of person that goes for a run. So in the beginning, habits are just something that you and I do. But over time, habits change who you are.
The little things are the big things. It's really a function of consistency, like waking up early, showing up every single day, paying attention to those small things that you can't anticipate everything. There's always going to be something that can derail you, but when you're paying attention to as many of the things that are within your control as possible, achieving the big goals are about like doing the tiny little things every day.
Right, how does this internal story that we tell ourselves, our identity, become shaped and formed? And I realized that it's mostly through the repetition of that story. And so what you come to realize is that your habits reinforce a particular identity. And sometimes this can be positive and sometimes it can be negative.
See yourself as one of the most highly efficient, hardworking, successful people that you know. Feed your subconscious mind with this good until it's accepted as a command. Remember, the person you see on the inside is the person you will be on the outside. If you create an imaginary picture of yourself performing as a hard-working individual, your subconscious mind reacts exactly as if that what you are actually doing at the moment. Each time you remember an occasion where you will perform at your best with confidence, your mind imprints it into your subconscious. When you see yourself as the very best you could possibly be, the more rapidly this becomes your automatic behavior. You program yourself for success by feeding your mind with positive pictures of it. Images that you create or repeat pictures of previous peak performing experiences.
What you find is that the deeper you study human behavior, the more that you see that so many of the actions we take each day are simply a response to the system that we find ourselves inside. And so the argument that I make in the book is that what you need to change is not necessarily your goal, but your system. And the phrase that I like to use is we do not rise to the level unless we fall to our systems.
James says in his book Atomic Habits, you don't have a discipline issue, you don't have a consistency issue, you have a systems issue. If you're struggling to stick to the plan that you put in place to get to wherever it is you want to go, you just haven't figured out the system that works for you. This applies to any goal you set: fitness goals, financial goals, personal goals.
Your outcomes in life are often a lagging measure of your habits. You know, like a lot of the time people talk about, you know, the truth is your bank account is a lagging measure. Your weight is a lagging measure of your eating habits. Your knowledge is a lagging measure of your learning and reading habits. And so it's actually, we think the thing that needs to change is the bank account or the test score or the scale. But actually, the thing that needs to change are the habits that precede those outcomes.
And so our identity, in Alex's worldview, is just the amalgamation or the aggregation of all of the behaviors that we do, just put together. It's all the stuff we do.
The thing that you're doing now in terms of behavior might mean a little to you, but not that much. And your pleasure in doing something that could be,
Your behavior change is really identity change. And what I mean by that is if you start thinking yourself in a new way, if you assign a new story to yourself, you're not even really pursuing behavior change anymore. You're just acting in alignment with the type of person that you see yourself to be.
So this idea that like start by keeping these small habits to yourself.
It's not the consistency of the small steps.
Your brain learns patterns. You show me your habits and I will tell you how successful you will be able to continue in the long run.
It's when you've done something so many times that your body now knows how to do it better than your conscious mind.
Like it's changed the way I live my life. I cultivate so many little routines out of every day. Small steps stick. Just little bits of progression. Make sure the first step has to be incredibly small. Do that. Make it so small that you can't say no to it. And then what's next? And then what's next?
if you go to the gym and you work out and you come back and you look in the mirror, you'll see nothing. But if you go to the gym the next day and you come back and you look in the mirror, you will see nothing, right? So clearly there's no results, it can't be measured. It must not be effective. So we quit. Or if you fundamentally believe that this is the right course of action, you stick with it. You commit yourself to academic experience. You commit yourself to a regime, the exercise.
But if you stick with it consistently, I'm not exactly sure what day, but I know you'll start getting into shape.
If you start today, you're gonna have benefits in the future. That's the thing. What is important? It's what you want to achieve. What you want. You want to live a good life? Yes. I like to drink. I like to eat burger. Okay. You're gonna pay the bill in the future.
Lazy people don't know how to start. Weak people don't know how to finish. Successful people don't know how to stop. People demand success, but refuse to work weekends. People want opportunity, but won't talk to strangers. People claim ambition, but sleep in every day. We are the result of our actions, not our aspirations.
I think why habits matter. Like we often talk about habits as being the pathway to external results. Oh, habits will help you lose weight or make more money or be more productive or reduce stress. And you know, it's true. Habits can help you do.
We added a special skill to Curry called Curry Rap. We activated his speed goes up and 3-point shot at he gets a boost, making him a massive threat when rolling out ball. I am feeling from one of those things with ease in all time. Play Curry and all your favorite NBA superstars for the officially licensed Dunk City Dynasty. Dunk in Dunk City Dynasty today.
Dunk City Dynasty. Every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
So disciplined. Everything about it is no one's gonna save you. No one's gonna come out the woods and say, hey, I got your back, man. I'm gonna protect you from all this shit. Some people get that, but very few of us do. It's one person coming to save you yourself. Write down this one day. Everything you do, write that down. And you're like, my God, I am wasting so much time on frivolous bullshit, not even funny. Who are you? On those days you don't want to do things. It's easy to conquer when it's good weather. Get good sleep. Heart's going good. But who are you on those fucking days? When all hell's broken loose. Fucked up. Sore. You're depressed. You're miserable. That's the big divide. Those people who get up on those days, everything's fucked up, still crying. That's the right there.
There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's going to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never do that. Still show up forever.
If you can see it here, you have the courage enough to speak it. A lot of times people believe in certain things, but they keep to themselves. They don't put it out there. You truly believe in it. If you be vocal with it, you are creating that law of attraction that will become reality.
You expect things to change. You think you're gonna get worse. You think you're gonna get more money. You think your relationship is gonna come. You think you're gonna get promoted. You think you're gonna get a raise. You think your world is gonna get better. Nothing is going to change unless you change what you're doing. Change the junk food that you're eating. Change the time that you wake up. Change what you do when you get out of bed. Change what you do with your time. That's what you need to do. You have to change some things or nothing will change. I'm about you figuring out you. Something first, something gets to the water. This is about you figuring out your self-talk has to change. The most important conversation you ever have is the one you have with your fucking self. You walk around it all day, you act on it, pretty soon, good or bad. I want you to change who you are. Like, you have no fucking idea how great you really are. Because you are choosing such minimal of what you have. Stop thinking, man. Walk around doing common things. Life will happen to you instead of life happening for you. Do it all. Do it all. You have to take control. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you set an alarm every
45 minutes, you can audit your thoughts. So you can audit what is influencing you. So you can control what's influencing you. Control the things you think about. You can actually control how you feel. You can control what you think. And you can definitely control what you do. Do not be a slave to influence. You gotta manage your you gotta control exercise. Control. At least 130 hours. And 130 hours is a lot of seconds. A lot of fucking seconds. And if you lose, let's say you win every second of the month, you lost. It only takes 1 second for you to lose the whole thing. So the 1 second decision is just that. You're in a situation where life is sucking. Let's say you're in extreme cold weather and your life is flashing before your eyes. Every time that wind goes over your head, your thought process is, I gotta get the fuck out of this water. And you're helping. And you're hour one of 130 fucking hours. Your mind goes straight from hour 2 all the way to hour 130. You can't process 5 days of shit. You're now in a fuck you, like I gotta get out of here. You're about to flight. It's cold, I can't be cold this long. And then this is that 1 second comes in. You forgot every reason why you want to do it. You don't care about seals. You don't care about any of this shit. You don't care about fighting for your country. You don't care about that gold trident that they put on your chest. You don't care about any of that shit. All you want to do is go back home. You want the warmth. You may want something to eat. You want your girl to hold you. All those things have come from there that 1 second. Where are you going to end up if you quit this shit? Where are you going to go? What are you going to say to yourself? Because you know you're going to get warm. The second you get out of this water, you can take a shower. And you're going to be warm. And you can be, and in 5 days, you can be out. So I start thinking about you. Your brain's supposed to get read the bill, not get warm, or feel really fucked. These are the things you have to think about in 1 second decision. So that's all about. It's about gaining control of your mind, putting things back in perspective, and then saying, I really do want to be here. And I'm going to have a bunch of these 1 seconds through this 130-hour journey. And I have to learn to control these, because if I fail one of these 1 seconds, I will not be a SEAL. I will not be a doctor. I will not be a lawyer. I will not be whatever the fuck it is. So that's how important that 1 second decision is. It's all about your mind takes control of you. You have to say, fuck you. I run this motherfucker.
Sometimes thousands of tiny efforts and sacrifices that nobody never sees or appreciates.
Understand that every choice you make ignites the compound effect, either in the positive or the negative. To those who have everything, more will be given. From those who have nothing, everything will be taken. It's very pessimistic in some sense, because it means that as you start failing, you fail more and more rapidly. But it also means that as you start to succeed, you succeed more and more rapidly.
This law says that everything accumulates over. That you may have to put in many, many tiny efforts that nobody sees or appreciates before you achieve anything you want.
There is no cheat day. There is no bench and make up for it on Monday. Reality, when it comes to that question, that everything has a consequence. So the answer
to this is when you start making positive choices and the results are visible and you're getting no reward for your positive choice, you just have to have patience.
You see that guy over there by the fence? Take a good look. He's never gonna. Yes, because he allows you to dinner. Because he doesn't get it. What? He doesn't get that doing good work isn't a job. Part of getting it, the things like the dinner actually matter, even when you don't think they do. Get it through your head. You start behind me. You never get in front. It's not so long. Snowball starts small and grows. It has millions and millions of times small things. Avalanche. Okay, so more mountain in front of it.
Do you understand how the smallest decision can compound to significant differences over a lifetime? Everything we I understood this. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That's the simple philosophy that changed my life forever starting age 24. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living, which is fine. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune, which is super fun.
Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know that. Everyone hears that. But Rome also didn't fall apart overnight either. It took hundreds of years for Rome to reach its peak, but it also took time. Hundreds of years for Rome to decay and fall apart. And that is representative of life, because you don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. At the end of every day, if you look yourself in the mirror, you ask yourself, did I get better today? And the answer is yes. And you do that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. How much better are you going to be? Better every single question. It's just taking small steps. You don't try to get it all done in one day, in 1 week, in 1 year. It's the process of getting better every day and doing that for a period of years that then create the masterpiece.
Big things have small beginnings.
You've heard of the butterfly effect, right? Butterfly flaps its wings, one part of the planet, on the other side of the planet, there's a tsunami. That's exactly what happens in your life. Every choice you make ignites the butterfly effect. One little choice ignites a tsunami on the other side 10, 20 years down the road, either positive or negative. Every one of them.
Most of us know what we could do to change things for the better. And we spend our time and our energy talking ourselves out of doing those things. And the other thing that I convince people of is that it's the littlest stuff. The little things make all the difference. And you really change. It comes down to 5 simple ways.
And so you take an incremental step, and well, now you could live 55 pounds instead of 52.5 pounds. You think, well, what the hell is that? It's like, it's one step on a very long journey. And so it starts to compound. So a small step today puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day, and then that puts you in a position to take a slightly bigger step the next day. You do that for 2 or 3 years, man, you start to stride.
Doing the thing, in spite of not wanting to do the thing, is discipline, right? You don't need motivation to get yourself up to go do it. Make a promise small, build it up step by step. Know that you are going to have setbacks. And this is my favorite rule from James Clear, which is a habit missed once is a mistake, a habit missed twice is the start of a new habit.
If you're disciplined in that, you'll speed up extraordinarily rapidly. And so that's the good news, you might say, is that you can take very small steps, even ones that might be shameful in their size, and you have to admit that to yourself. But once you get the ball rolling, it doesn't roll in a linear fashion, it rolls in a geometric fashion.
The difference between you and the average person is you're willing to take more pain. You're willing to take more no's. You're willing to work longer and harder hours. You're willing to put in the suffering that other people just won't do. They'd rather go home and watch television and go drinking and watch the sports on the weekend and so on. But all the people who are successful are willing to take the pain that goes with their work. And the greatest pain of all is being told no, being rejected, because we take it personally. we think something fundamentally wrong with us or our company or our product, and it hurts us, and we feel bad inside. But once you can change your thinking about that and say, hey, no, it's good. No's are inevitable. They come with the territory. I promise you, if you will pursue no's, if you will go for no, you can get as many no's as possible, even if you're a big success. Nothing will stop. Because the more you can know, the more you get. The very important is, the no's makes it likely that eventually you get fewer and fewer no's and more yes.
To achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily, they take time. They take relentless pursuit, day in and day out. That's what it takes.
There was a kid who everyone underestimated. Too small, too quiet, too ordinary. But every day while they laughed, he worked. In the gym, in the books, in the shadows. He knew one truth. Effort beats talent when talent doesn't try. Years later they asked him how he did it. And he just smiled. Because they never saw the grind. It's the quiet hustle that makes the loudest impact.
That reveals the core essentials responsible for the success of every superhero you will ever read about. This is the bottom line. Success is not doing 5,000 things really well. Success is doing about a half a dozen things really well 5,000 times.
At least at first, it's a slow process. A slip here, set back here, a little wary of discipline. Real. Success counts.
The law of accumulation says that.
So we're trying to hit tomorrow, 5 a.m.
You have plans.
Meaning food.
No. If you want to change things in a big way, you need to make some big changes.
One step at a time, one punch at a time, one round at a time, one step at a time, one punch at a time, one round at a time, sir.
Your father was special. Tell you the truth, I don't know if it's special. Only you're gonna know that when the time is right. Can they go overnight? You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take that shit, you're gonna knock that, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But you gotta work hard. I swear to God, you're not gonna do it. Come on.
Every punch up, Tom's been around. Show you how to do this. All right.
I gotta ask you something. Are you here to do something to other people? Or prove something to yourself?
If all your books, videos, and tweets were erased from the internet forever, and all you had was the next 60 seconds to leave to the world, what's the most useful thought you could leave to the world?
Figure out what you want. Ignore the opinions of others. And do so much volume that it would be unreasonable that you would be unsuccessful.
You must be willing to extend yourself for women. No guarantee of success. Every day, you must ask yourself, did I do enough?
Have you heard the story of the pottery class? So there's there's a teacher and he's got 2 classes that he teaches. And one class he says, the only assignment for this whole semester is that you come back with a perfect clay pot. That's it. That's the assignment. The other class, he says, your objective is to make the most total quantity of clay pots, and you measure by how many pots you make. And at the end of the quarter, the pots that came from the team that had to make sheer volume, not only did they make more pots, but the quality of all of their pots was better compared to the teams that only had to make one. And it just underlines the biggest lesson that I've learned in my life, which is that volume negates luck.
The story of the bamboo. Bamboo spends its growth time under the dirt 5 to 7 years, and then within a couple of weeks, it shoots up meters and meters into the sky. People go, whoa, bamboo grows so fast. No, it didn't. It took years. You just couldn't see it. So when you see growth, when you see wins, it comes from consistently compounding wins.
Nothing's ever going to be given to you. Everything's going to be earned. If you don't go out there and put in the work, you don't go out and put in the effort, 1, you're not going to get the results. But 2, and more importantly, you don't deserve them. You didn't earn them.
Here's the problem. you don't see how the consequences of that small, seeming insignificant, poor choice in the moment has. In the moment, it doesn't look like it matters at all. You don't have that heart attack. Your face doesn't struggle. You're not shoved into the unemployment line, and your thighs don't turn thumbs. Oh, but you have done it. You have activated the compound. And that choice becomes behavior. The behavior that repeats becomes a habit. It accumulates, and then it.
Hey everybody, I just finished my painting. There was a kind of Hey everybody, I just wanna show my art. I just finished it. It's just kind of big one. If you can see, I'm just had a lot of thoughts. I'm just painting wherever coming in my mind. You can understand in the first place, but if you watch a little bit longer, you're gonna understand. But I just wanna show my art that it just if you can see, I'm just had a lot of thoughts. I'm just painting. You can understand in the first place, but if you watch a little bit longer, you're gonna understand.
you should be a monster. You should be ruthlessly ambitious and then control. And it's subtle expression. It's better to be a warrior than a gardener.
That is not, I can no longer be a common man walking around doing common things. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre and everything's okay.
It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now. Do the work now. And all this shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole other stratosphere.
You want your life to be better? I can't help you. Joe Rogan can't help you. Ari can't help you. God can't help you. Only you can help you. Grab your phone, get a fucking notebook, and write down what the fuck you're gonna do. And this is it. Cigarette.
There is no one there to pick up the rucksack.
No more excuses. No more.
You shoot the and at 275, 250, 220.
You're a man. You are a man. Stand up. Make the sacrifice.
Come back to help me.
What's up, people? What's good? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? I just wanna, I just wanna talk with you guys. I mean, I haven't talked very long time, and I'm getting a lot people texting me, asking me about my art. They're asking me how I can keep consistent this kind of long time. And I just want to say, everybody, if you have enough a reason, you can achieve wherever you want. If you have something, when you start to achieve that, if you have that idea in your mind, if you can keep that idea in your mind every day, if you can't just keep why you started, don't forget why you start all of this, because as soon you're gonna forget this, everything is gonna be very, very hard. Don't let life lose a meaning. Don't let wherever you do lose the meaning of your purpose, of your goals, your dreams. It's very important. Just keep your faith, put God first, but you need to work. You need to work every day. You have to put your faith in the work, because in the Bible says faith without work is dead. You have to understand, you can sit at your sofa and pray 100 times. But if you not give a God reason work in your life, you never gonna get after your prayers. After prayers, you have to go out and start working. You just have to work, take a risk, leave a God the space, come and work in your life. If you believe in miracles, you have to take a risk. Because only after that you're gonna achieve wherever you want. Everything out on the other side of the fear. And fear coming only your mind. Keep controlling your mind. I'm telling you, keep controlling your mind. Believe in yourself. Don't jump so far, because you're gonna see only bad stuff. Just every day, step by step, build the person you wanna be. Build life you want to have it. If not for you, think about your family, your brothers, your mothers, your sisters. Do for them. You need to have enough reason, and we come back again at the beginning. You have to have enough reason to start something, and more importantly, to continue and be consistent of something. Even when nobody sees, even nobody applauds for you, nobody support you, you just by yourself every day just grinding, just wanna be somebody, achieve something, you just killing yourself, just hustling, but nobody ever gonna see that. You have to work, you have to do that, and every day you have to put your 100%, just like your life depends on that. And just work. I'm telling you, man. You have to have enough reason. If you have enough reasons, you can achieve wherever you want. It can be family members, it can be friends, it can be yourself, it can be house, car, inspiration, it can be everything. But you need to have a reason to continue. If you don't have a reason, you just have a motivation, you are not going so far, man. Keep yourself together. Pray every day. Put God first. And I promise you, everything gonna change in your life. If you have believe in yourself, in a God. And don't doubt your future, yourself, your thoughts. Find what you like and just do it. And I promise you, your life will be changed. Peace. Chad, thank you. Thank you everybody who've been here this whole time. We just finished that art. I wish everybody a good day. I'm gonna come back for streaming tomorrow. We're gonna paint something different. I have a very good idea. See you everybody, man. See you everybody. Thank you so much. See you.